The criteria for an offside offense to occur are offside position, timing, and participation. First, an attacking player or players must be in an offside position, discussed in Part 1, to consider whether to penalize the player for an offside offense. Second, the timing refers to the moment when the ball is played or touched by a teammate of the attacking player. Any attacker in an offside position at this moment can potentially be penalized for an offside offense. Assistant referees must remember which attacker or attackers are in an offside position at the moment when the ball is played or touched by a teammate. Finally, participation refers to the attacking player in an offside position when the ball was played by a teammate becomes involved in active play. The assistant referee can now indicate that an offside offense has occurred. Remember that all three components must be present to penalize an attacking player for an offside offense. How does a player become involved in active play? The player in an offside position when the ball was played or touched by a teammate can become involved in active play in three ways: by interfering with play, by interfering with an opponent, or by gaining an advantage. Interfering with play simply means that the attacker in an offside position has played or touched the ball that was last played or touched by a teammate. In this animation, an attacker in an offside position, not interfering with an opponent, plays or touches the ball. An offside offense has occurred and the assistant referee must raise the flag to signal the infraction. In a similar situation, an attacker in an offside position, not interfering with an opponent, does not play or touch the ball, is not penalized because the player did not participate in active play. Interfering with an opponent refers to the actions taken by the player in an offside position that interfere with the opponent's ability to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision, or challenging an opponent for the ball, or clearly attempting to play the ball nearby when this action impacts on an opponent, or making an obvious action that clearly impacts the ability of an opponent to play the ball. In this animation, the attacker clearly obstructs the goalkeeper's line of vision, and thus the goalkeeper's ability to play the ball. The attacker must be penalized for an offside offense. In a different situation, an attacker in an offside position at the moment the ball is played by a teammate runs toward the ball but does not prevent the opponent from playing or being able to play the ball is not penalized for an offside offense. In a similar situation, an attacker in an offside position that challenges an opponent for the ball and thus prevents the opponent from playing or being able to play the ball is penalized for an offside offense. Lastly, gaining an advantage involves an attacker in an offside position playing the ball or interfering with an opponent when the ball has rebounded or has been deflected off the goalpost, crossbar, match official, or an opponent, or been deliberately saved by any opponent. A save occurs when a player stops or attempts to stop a ball that's going into goal or very close to the goal while avoiding the use of the hands or arms, except the goalkeeper within the penalty area. In this animation, an attacker in an offside position is penalized for an offside offense for playing the ball that rebounds, is deflected, or is played from a deliberate save by the goalkeeper, and having been in an offside position when the ball was last played or touched by a teammate. In a similar situation, an attacker in an offside position is not penalized if the same attacker does not play or touch the ball and a teammate in an onside position plays the ball. Remember, an attacker is only penalized for an offense if the player is in an offside position at the moment when the ball is played or touched by a teammate and the attacker participates or becomes involved in active play. For more education resources, remember to visit the Referee Program Resource Center at ussoccer.com.